Hello and welcome to the show. On today's show we have Stephan Berg. Stephan, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you on board. I am delighted that you have enjoyed our little animations. You are the co-owner of the Bitter Truth Company.
Yes, I am. And Alexander Hawk, known as the other guy, is my company partner, and together we make a great team.
And you're from Germany.
Oh yes, I'm from Germany.
Okay, first let's get down to the questions that everyone wants to hear. Do you wear lederhosen and a funny hat with a feather?
Unfortunately, good quality lederhosen isn't cheap, so we decided to invest in our company than into lederhosen. We wear hats all the time, but we skip the feathers. We don't want to look like German pimps.
Okay, no worry. So why did you start producing bitters?
It all started some years ago while I was tending bar in Munich. I was working in a beautiful old bar. I collected vintage books and spent lots of time on forums like eGullet and Drinkboy. Classic drinks, which called for bitters, weren't very popular, and this meant there were hardly any bitters to get. There was really only Angostura. So I started to make my own stuff and use it in my cocktails.
So how does Alex play a part in starting the company?
I got to know Alex through bartending. Alex was a graphic designer who had turned to bartending for one reason or another. He liked my bitters, and the decision was made to start a brand and to sell a few bottles. The rest is history.
Did you do a lot of in-depth research into the ingredients, formulas, cocktails, recipes and techniques, or did you just wing it?
Since we tended bar for many years, we studied ingredients, formulas, techniques and recipe way before we even started the company. This formed a perfect base for the development of our products. We also had to study and learn boring stuff like legal requirements, policies and bookkeeping. When creating products, we mostly know what we want even before we start the first batch.
It sounds like you do a lot of research. So what makes your bitters better than most bitters found behind most bars?
We don't say our bitters are better, they are different and offer individual and new experiences. Angostura helped by keeping the entire category alive, and it is a good product, and is enjoyed by many. Pitchold is nice too, even when we think our Creole bitters has more to offer. When we make a new type of bitters, we want something that differs from other products already available, and we must see a need for that kind of product. We never use any artificial ingredients or chemical stabilizers such as glycerine. We want a 100% natural product, and if people like it at the end, we did it right, didn't we?
Can you just explain to our viewers what most bitters should contain and how they're made?
Bitters should have a fine blend of herbs, spices, roots, barks, fruits, water, alcohol and maybe a little sugar. Chemical stabilizers and artificial ingredients should always be avoided at all costs. Bitters take time because flavors need to be extracted carefully and need time to marry. It is not an instant product.
It's great to see you make a variety of products. Celery is my favorite. Where did you come up with the idea? There are not too many references for celery bitters, and the first recipe that called for them was in Tom Bullock's The Ideal Bartender.
That is indeed true, but since early bitters were used as medicinal tonics, our ancestors had something like celery bitters already, which seemed to have improved manliness. They faded away and were lost for about 100 years. This sounded weird enough to us to revive the product. The good thing about it was that nobody knew what old celery bitters was all about. This gave us the freedom to start a fully new concept. After we had fruit bitters already, vegetable flavors were missing, and with corpse reviver cocktails such as Bloody Mary, the Red Snapper, the Bullshot and Prairie Oyster, we knew this would work. Surprisingly enough, celery bitters is now one of our best sellers and multi-award winning. Meanwhile, it can also be enjoyed in dry martinis, gin tonics, and is even praised by chefs.
Now you have started branching out into other products, like sloe gin, pimento dram, elderflower, and your elixir amaro. How do you come up with your product line?
We started with bitters and the brand gained popularity, but we don't think the world needs an endless array of bitters. Remember what we had just a few years ago. And liqueurs were another field we wanted to reintroduce or at least improve existing products. Pimento dram was defunct, violet liqueur was rarely seen in superior quality, and apricot brandy often tasted like amaretto, so we set sail to change that. Our Amaro elixir actually built the bridge between our bitters and our liqueurs. We wanted to go a step back and bring a soft, silky bitters to market, to show where bitters originated from.
I really love the idea of the mini bitters bottles. Who came up with that idea?
Since we travel a lot on planes, but due to airline security we could not bring bitters on board to spice up our in-flight drinks, so we bottled some to pass these issues. We thought that we should give it proper packaging and let other people have great drinks while traveling too. People love the travel packs and it gives people the chance to try mixing drinks at home or to have a very special unique gift.
As a bartender, it is also really helpful as you can have a great variety of bitters without spending loads on flavors you might not use very much. I have heard rumors that the Bitter Truth brands isn't selling some of its products in the United States because you have a deal with Eric Seed to produce pimento dram. Is it true? And what do you think of rumors like these?
Oh, we like rumors and they're great. If you want to sell a product in the US, you need government approval first. You also need importers and new distributors for every single state. There are 50 states in the US, so you can imagine this is quite a task.
I can imagine. Bloody useless Yankees.
We started exporting our bitters to the US in January 2010. These were the first products that got government approval. We have been pretty busy building the brand. All our other products have now received US approval, and the first shipments of pimento dram, apricot brandy, violet liqueur, elixir amaro, sloe gin and the travel packs have already arrived stateside. So keep an eye out for them. We love rumors. They make us laugh all the time. Sometimes things just need time and require a little patience from customers.
I also hear that there has been consistency issues regarding your bitters due to the change in distilleries, production, and production methods.
That's nonsense. There wasn't any change in production, distilleries or production methods. The old days always seemed to be better. Now that we do bigger production runs, consistency is even better than it might have been when we started.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for answering the questions truthfully and honestly.
The pressure was all mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our first ever interview.